I completed the fight caves to obtain the fire cape and even the Jad pet without using any overhead prayers. And here's how I did it. Welcome to RuneScape's most in-depth guide for no prayer fire capes, a one-stop shop for a how-to. We'll be looking in massive detail how to navigate each wave, breaking it down to wave-by-wave view, showing you exactly where to stand and exactly what to do. Before getting into the caves, we want to establish a few things. I made a little checklist on preparing yourself and taking on Jad. First priority will be your main weapon. One big factor you'll be taking advantage of is long attack ranged weapons, so pick something hard hitting and long range. There will be 6 main weapons to use which are on screen now. Always use the best one you have available, and once you're comfortable with it, you can then use lower gear at lower levels. On screen is the gear you'd use as a 1 defense pure. Just remember that prayer and defense bonus aren't really used that much, so try and maximise your damage output as much as you can. Tick eating is going to be a crucial part of the caves, which I'll explain in detail at a later part. Next on the list is wave rotation. The ideal rotation for no prayer capes is rotation 2. If you check the description, there'll be a couple of links how to get that rotation. Once you've got rotation 2, every single wave will have a set spawn so you can properly plan out each wave. Before we start getting into the actual waves, I want to show you a few safe spots first. A lot of them are going to be quite handy for trapping the bigger NPCs, but like the one you're seeing now, this traps the 1 square. There are actually 2 places in the fight caves where you can trap 1 tile NPCs, but that one's going to be your most useful. The bottom corner of Italy Rock, the south corner of Italy Rock, is going to be probably the most used trap that you do have, as well as a few others which you can see on screen now. So while this is playing on in the background, I just want to talk about the core mechanic that we'll be taking advantage of, which is tick eating. So if you're doing the fight caves without any prayer, I'm assuming that you've got a decent understanding of what tick eating is, but just to put it in its simplest form, is tick eating is a certain type of attack that when it's sent towards you, so a range or mage attack, as it's moving through the air, if you eat between the time of it landing and hitting, it will always register what you were when it sends the attack. So when you eat beforehand, it then avoids you taking any extra damage, so you can constantly keep yourself alive. That stacked with purple sweets, so the only stackable food that we have in the game, means that you've essentially got an endless supply of health as long as you've got the money and sweets there to keep you going. So getting into the caves, wave 1 to 30 is very straightforward. There's nothing particularly fancy that you'll be doing through these caves. Remember, you can always log out to pause the waves if you are getting a little bit low on health and just want to heal up. You can click the log out button. That will pause the wave once you finish it, giving you time to heal up, get yourself prepared, and then carry on from there. What I would always recommend is just blasting through wave 1 to 30 as quickly as you can. Once wave 31 comes, that's when the majors start. That's when tick eating becomes essential. So you want to get yourself prepared and ready for those waves. If you've made it this far, well done. The easy part is over, so now it gets difficult. I just want to talk a bit more about tick eating. The best way to do it, in my opinion, is the most reclined way, just turning your auto retaliate on and just watching for the tail. So I tick eat from the animation, so as you see its tail start to move, click your sweet and that will tick eat the hit as it's coming in. If you are stood too far away, it will send an attack before it registers the hit of the first one. So long distance, when you have to sort of lure it in certain spots, you want to make sure you're healed up, because you are going to have to tank at least 2 hits. So on a few waves I will showcase exactly what to do, but you'll see in the video I do heal up, and on some waves I even overheal because I have to tank quite a few hits to get it into the right spot. So I'll explain fully as we go through it, but just follow along on screen. You should get the hang of it from this point on, as long as you know tick eating and you can do that quite comfortably. The rest of it is more just planning the waves out, which this video shows you exactly what to do. Wave 32 is a good example of a method that you can use throughout the caves, which is range flinching. This is done by using one of two safe spots, Italy Rock or Little Claw Rock, to block the NPC while you trade hits and tick eat. This saves you a lot of time and a lot of money. One thing to mention while doing the range flinch method is always double checking that your auto retaliate is turned off. You don't want to be dragged back in and die because you forgot to turn it off. .33 is the exact same method as 32, so the mage will be trapped behind Italy Rock, so just wait for the bats to come towards you. Make sure you don't attack them too early. The last thing you want to do is be dragged out and hit by the major. I have made that mistake in this video, so you can see what to do when that does happen, or if that does happen. Just be ready to ticky if need be, so you're always prepared if you do make silly mistakes. Wave 34, the major spawns at the southwest. So I did showcase a different type of lore that you can use for these waves. So where the major spawns at the southwest, you can drag them towards you without tanking any hits. That means you can do it at lower HP, you haven't got to heal up. The method that I use in this video is tanking a few hits to run towards it. Obviously that is a little bit more expensive, but I always just found it a bit more comfortable. Which meant that I didn't have to potentially risk messing it up if I was to lure it slightly wrong. Do whatever's comfortable for you. The other method is going to be cheaper. As long as you do it right, you've got no method of messing it up. But if there was a little lag spike or something, or you didn't run down quick enough, it can mean that you have to tank a hit. So I always found it easier just running straight towards it. Meant that you can ticky straight away, just tanking that first hit as you are making that run. Wave 35 is the same spot as wave 31. Just stand a couple squares to the east when you log in, and this will automatically trap the bat and the blob behind the major. Wave 36 is quite simple. Just run up north, trap the major behind Little Claw Rock, wait for the mobs to come to you and kill them. Don't do what I did here. I attacked the bat too early and it drags me out, but again, luckily, because I'm prepared with the ticky, it saves my life in that situation. Just wait for them to come to you, kill them, and then you can range flinch around this corner as well. Wave 37 is quite simple, just run north of Big Claw Rock, that'll trap the major at the southwest. Again, you've got the option of both laws, either drag it towards you or run towards it. Just remember, if you are going to run towards it, to be ready to tank one hit to get your HP high enough. Also, a little thing to be careful with, same as previous waves, just make sure that you wait for the mobs to come towards you. You don't want to run out too early. The safe spot on the Big Claw on the south corner isn't a full safe spot, so if you step one square out, it will walk towards you. So just stay in the safe zone so you can kill it as and when you want to. Wave 38 is quite straightforward, just run over to the north side of Italy Rock. If you run over right into the corner, that'll perfectly trap the Major and Ranger next to each other, meaning you can take them on one at a time. Just make sure you're at a decent enough HP where you can kill the Ranger without having to eat any extra food, and then flinch the Major once that's down. Wave 39 is very straightforward, just run over to the northeast side of the caves. That will trap the Ranger behind Little Claw and the Major behind Italy Rock. Just wait for the bat to come towards you, kill that, then run south to drag the Ranger towards you. Again, make sure you're healed up so you can tank the Ranger, and once you're ready, then flinch the Major. Wave 40 is a bit of an awkward one because it's a centre spawn ranger. This is where the long range weapons come in quite handy. So the way that they walk towards you, they don't quite come into like blowpipe range. So you want something that has a decent attack range. So if you are a bit lower level or 1 defense, you might want to do this with either a dark bow or T-bow. If you do bring in spells, they probably work the best. At least you can get a little bit of a heals if you've got any blood spells. Then once everything else is down, you can just flinch the major. Wave 41 is where it starts to get really awkward. So centre spawn majors are probably going to be the most complicated thing you're going to have to deal with while doing the caves. What you want to do is run all the way northeast to the corner. As soon as you see one attack come towards you, run all the way south, then run over and start ticking. That way it traps the blob behind the major, so you haven't got to worry about that attacking you. But when you're doing this method, it does take sometimes 2 to 3 hits being tanked, depending how fast you are. Sometimes even on spawn, if you don't run quick enough, it will send an attack at you. So be ready on your food, just in case you do get hit too big. And then once you get into the spot, turn your auto retaliate on and start ticking. Wave 42 is quite an easy one. Just run over to the northeast corner, wait for the ranger to be dragged towards you. Once that's dead, you can then untrap the bat to the west, then just run over and range flinch the major and blob. Wave 43, another southwest major spawn, so just run over to the west corner, kill the blob, wait for the bats and the range to get dragged over towards you. Once you kill them, then either lure the major towards you or run towards it. Wave 44, just run to the northeast corner. That will trap the major, one of the blobs, and the ranger. Just wait for the first blob to wander over towards you, kill that, untrap the ranger by running south, and then once that's down, you can flinch the major and kill the blob. Wave 45 is a bit of a tricky one. It's the first wave with double rangers. Luckily, because of rotation 2, this works out quite well for you. Just run over to the northeast side. The first centre ranger will wander towards you. Kill that, then run all the way west. That will untrap the second major, and then you can flinch the major. Just make sure that you are on decent enough HP, as the rangers, especially if you are lower defense, they can hit quite hard. So just make sure you're prepared for it. Wave 46, very simple. Just log in and run a few squares north. That will trap the melee behind the major. And then once you've finished off the major, just run all the way north to the west side of Little Claw Rock, and that will trap the melee for you. Wave 47, very simple, just run over to the northeast side of Italy Rock. That will trap the melee and the major. All you need to do is wait for those to walk into place. The bat will wander over towards you, so kill that when it gets to you. Range flinch the major, and then handle the melee however you like. Wave 48, you want to start over in the northeast corner, wait for the bat to come towards you, kill that, and then the melee will be close by. Once that gets to you, you've got two options. If you've got freezers, I highly recommend freezing them and then killing it from a safe distance. If not, just start the wave with a bit more HP and face tank it. Luckily, because of the hills, you can get off a few free hits, but freezing it's definitely going to be the way forward. Once that's down, you can just untrap the second bat by running slightly south and then range flinch the major. Wave 49 is a southwest spawn again, so run over to the far west, kill the blob, wait for the melee to come over towards you, kill that, and then again you've got two options, either lure it towards you or run down. Wave 50, you've got two different options which I've shown on screen. So the first option is do what I did in the video, run all the way to the northeast, wait for it to attack you, run south, and then tick eat as normal. That way the blob and the melee get trapped behind it, and you can just carry on as normal. The second option, which is probably the easier option, but just means you've got to be a bit more careful with timing, is stand a little bit east of the major on spawn and dark bow spec the bats when it comes in. That way it guarantees the kill, and then you can just tick eat as normal, and then once the major's down, just run to the south side of Italy Rock and safe spot in the melee and the blob. Wave 51, just run all the way northeast, trap the major to the west of Little Claw Rock, wait for everything to come towards you, and then once they're all down, flinch the major. Wave 52, run northwest of the Big Claw Rock, wait for everything to drag over, kill that, and then either run towards or lure the Major towards you. Wave 53, you've got one of each major NPCs of the caves, so just run northeast of Italy Rock. That will trap the Major and Millie. The range will get dragged towards you, so make sure your HP is enough where you can take that on. Wait for it to drag towards you, then kill it with whatever you've got with you, and then once that's down, you can kill the Millie and then flinch the Major. Wave 54, you've got the centre spawn of the Ranger, so make sure you've got a decent enough HP, run all the way northeast, wait for the Ranger to get dragged towards you, then kill that, then you can run south to untrap the melee, then you can flinch the major and then take down the bats. Wave 55, you've got a centre spawn melee, so just run to the northeast corner, wait for that to get dragged over towards you, either heal up or freeze. There will be a bat shortly behind it, so make sure you're ready for that as well. Once they're both down, you can run all the way west to the claw, and that will untrap the ranger, kill the ranger, and then you can range flinch the major. Now you're on wave 56. Wave 56 is probably going to be the most awkward and difficult wave to get the hang of. So you want to run all the way northwest of Big Claw Rock. As soon as the Major sends one attack, you want to click on that square that I've got highlighted there, which is the very corner of the Big Claw Rock on the north side. That will trap the blob on the corner and trap the 180 behind it. So once you've got it in a spot, you can then start tick eating as normal. As soon as that goes down, you can run all the way back and either freeze or kill the blob and melee. So if you don't have freezes, this is the time where you use your food. Just heal up like a combo food, finish a brew, and then take them both down. And then you've got the Ranger to the southwest once that's ready. Now that wave's over, you're on wave 57, so run all the way northeast. There'll be a bat in the centre and a melee down in the southwest, so they'll come towards you. This wave traps both the Major and Ranger south of Italy Rock, so they're both hidden away. So once you've killed both of these, run all the way south to untrap the blob. Once that's down, you can then kill the Ranger and then range flinch the Major. So now you're on wave 58. This wave is all about speed, so I normally put up on this one. So what you want to do is you want to kill the ranger as soon as it spawns in the northwest, trapping the major in the southwest. Then once the ranger's down, a blob, 2 bats and a melee will come over towards you. So once they're there, just kill those when they make it over towards you. Freezes, again, come in very handy on these waves. As soon as that's down, you can then either lure or run to the major. Wave 59 is a centre spawn ranger, so run all the way northeast to drag the range towards you, trapping the major south of Italy Rock and the melee west of Little Claw Rock. Kill the ranger first. As soon as that's down, you can then run all the way south to untrap the melee. As soon as the melee's down, then you can take on the major, and then the blobs will be tucked in behind it. Wave 60, again, just run all the way northeast. This wave is a double ranger, melee, and a major, so if you run to the northeast corner, the major will be a center spawn that comes towards you. Just kill that. Then you can run slightly west to untrap one of the rangers and just take them down one at a time, and then finish it off by range flinching the major. Wave 61 is a centre spawn major. Those are never that fun, but luckily because both the melees are eastern spawns, if you just run to where I've got the X on the picture, they will both be happily trapped behind the Italy rock. So just ticky this down and then kill the majors, and then you're set for coming up to Jad. Wave 62 is double majors. Both are eastern spawns, so just run east of the north side of Italy Rock, and they'll both be trapped. You are on the home stretch now. This is the last wave before Jad. Luckily, because it's a good spawn, you can just range flinch them all the way down, and then you're ready to take on the final challenge. Once the second major goes down, we're now on the last phase, so wave 63, which is Jad. So if you look on screen now, you can see that Jad's max hit is 97. So as long as you're always at max HP, there's no way for you to die as long as you don't step out and take 2 hits. Jad tick eating has always been awkward, so it doesn't do it on animation, so you've got to tick eat it the split moment before the attack actually hits you, both range and mage, so it makes it a bit more awkward. So what you've got to do in this instance is heal up to full, keep trading hits with Jad. I've found in my latest attempts the fastest way for me to get Jad down is actually bring in a mage cape and vengeance. I know some one defense pures aren't going to have that as an option, so just follow along what I do in the video and you should be fine. We'll talk about the healers as and when they come, but it should be pretty easy from here on. So now you've got Jad to below 150 hit points. That means the healers start to spawn. This is where using food is going to be quite handy. So heal up to above the max hit just in case you do happen to potentially mess up. You want to aggro the 2 healers that are currently at Jad. So these few squares here are safe. They are trapped behind the healers. And then attack these 2 as they clump together once they're on your run back. As soon as you've got those, run back to the safe spot and you can tick eat these. What you can do is you can actually step out on this, and because of the healers, Jad is actually stuck on that corner, so he can't hit you. So just gives you a bit of extra time just to step out, step back in, take the healers, and then kill them as and when they come. This is where the multi-hits is going to be very, very handy. So either Chinchompas or a barrage or burst spell. Make sure you don't use an ice spell and freeze them, because that just takes longer and means that you've got more chance of messing up. So blood spells and or use Chinchompas. Once they're back to the safe spot, just kill them. You can hit the second one in from this tile here. So once that goes down, you can get back to taking on Jad, and then again just sit above 97 hit points and it's more or less free. And with that last hit, you should now have yourself a fire cape. So congratulations. Hope this video helped. If you've got any questions or queries, feel free to leave a comment or message me in game. My private tends to always be on. There are a few different methods for combat achievements, so if you need any help with that, feel free to give me a message. I'm always happy to help. Secondly, I do want to say a massive thank you to people that helped me with this video. So Kev, that was a massive help that you did, and 31 for just helping optimize certain waves just to make it a bit easier for you guys to get along. So hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one.